Welcome to the Lost Lowdown Podcast 122 with your hosts, Claude and Justin.
What's up, guys?
We are back, continuing our Season 2 commentary series with episode 216, The Whole Truth. And nothing but the truth. Isn't that right, son?
That's right.
That's right, I'm pregnant! Or is she?
But don't tell Daddy, because he might not be the daddy.
Daddy might not be daddy. Which I guess is what is the crux of this episode, huh?
I think so. If I remember right, that was the main point. But yeah, I what can I say about the whole truth? I mean,
It's your favorite episode?
what is there that hasn't already been said? People always talk about this one. I think that when people sort of what's the word, when they reminisce and when they become nostalgic, you
Mhm.
know, during the season 6 time or something, when everybody was like, yeah, season 2 was so awesome,
Mm-hmm.
I want to show them episodes like this because
Yeah.
I feel like you don't remember, because I swear nothing in season 2 is this boring.
Oh, this is the most boring episode of season two?
I think it might be. I mean, it's
Ooh.
close. The weird thing is, like, episodes like Fire Plus Water or
Hmm.
are worse, I think, but this was just more boring. I mean, okay, if I remember right, there's a couple things in this episode that are interesting that I think save it and might um and definitely make it a better episode than Fire Plus Water. But just like the
Okay.
subject matter, it's just so hard to care. There's no
Yeah.
there's no like there's nothing to grasp onto. Like,
Yeah, I get your point because Fire Plus Water, it had those interesting like Charlie's Dreams and all that stuff it just came to nothing,
yeah,
but it was interesting when it was happening,
right,
but this doesn't have any of that. It's just kind of boring on the surface, and then
exactly.
not much
And
happens.
and for any TV show, I mean, my least favorite plot line, contrary to the fact that it was the whole Claire thing that got me into the show in the first place, but
Hmm.
whatever. I have my contradictions. In general, like, baby plot lines are my least favorite of
Yeah.
any, yeah, on any TV show. So, like, them saying, "Oh, I might be pregnant. Maybe I'm not. Let's take a pregnancy test." Like, that's just not fun for me to watch. There's just no, I just don't care either way. I mean,
Hmm.
usually the answer is going to be yes, because it's going to make more problems.
Yeah, most of the times when somebody's thinking they're pregnant, they are. There's not much drama. I think I'm pregnant. I'm not.
Yeah.
Unless you really want it to be, then you can get some drama out of that.
I think the thing, they got around it later on with Kate, because in season 3 at the end and season 4 at the beginning, they have a little, like, pregnancy thing with Kate,
Hmm.
and I think they got around saying no by doing the Aaron reveal.
Yeah,
Like, it's like, no, she's not pregnant, but she has a kid now.
yeah,
So it's like, effectively, she might as well have been pregnant. You know what I mean? Like, she's lying and saying she was pregnant. Like, that's sort of how they sidestep the fact that the answer was no.
yeah.
It ends up being this weird thing where they're sort of implying in the flash forward that maybe she did have a
Yeah,
baby.
just because she's not
You
pregnant
know?
doesn't mean she doesn't have a baby.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think that's how they got around it with her without having her have a baby. But in general, yeah, I think they're just gonna have a baby. And, looking at the show as a whole, the Sun and Jin story. I
Hmm.
mean, to what end did she have a baby?
Hmm.
What ultimate purpose did Ji Yeon serve? Like, I really,
Oh man.
I mean, it gave Sun and Jin some business,
Hmm.
some stuff to talk about. I mean, really, for the next season, 2 seasons, until Jin, until they get separated.
Yeah.
Like, Like that's kind of their only story, I think, is like Sun's pregnant and Jin wants to protect her so she can have the baby, and they talk about the baby, you know, and like that's all they got. And then once they're separated, it's how do they get back together, you know? But like that's all they had. So right, if they didn't have the baby, I don't know what those characters are going to do until they're separated. But nonetheless, like ultimately the story is they get separated, they come back together, and then they tragically die, and you don't need the baby for that. It makes it worse that the baby's there.
It makes it what?
It makes it worse that the baby's there, you know?
I think the saving grace would have been if Sun went back to find Jin for Ji Yuan, you know, like if it was like, if she didn't have the baby, she would have. I mean, this wouldn't have worked because obviously the whole point of their relationship is their undying love. But if they had positioned it where she's going back not just for Jin but for the daughter, then that would have given it some impetus. Like, okay, if this daughter wasn't around, maybe she wouldn't have gone back to the island or something. If she would have just let Jin's death, you know, just dealt with his death, accepted his death maybe, and then let it, you know, live her life. But the fact she's got this daughter, you know, that's going to make her want to go bring the father. And they kind of did that a little bit, I think, was somewhat of the idea. But it really just came down. It just, at the end of the day, it was kind of like, she just left her daughter with the grandmother and was like, screw you, I'm going to find my husband.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, Jin's still alive? Well, never mind this. Like, I'm out of here. Yeah, like, I've been wasting my time. And, you know, the thing about it is that if she hadn't gone back, if she had stayed with Ji Yeon, I mean, it's hard to predict because then she's not there. But, I mean, as far as I can tell, I mean, she was the reason that Jin died, you know? Like, theoretically, if she hadn't been in that submarine to get caught for Jin to stay with her, Jin could have been on that plane going back home, and they all could have been fine. You know? So it's like, I don't know. It's the G. I'm like,
it's almost like a Kate thing, right? Like going somewhere you shouldn't go and then making it worse.
Making it worse. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm fine with the tragedy, but the baby just doesn't add anything to that story for me. Like, it's very weak. And even in the afterlife, you know, Ji Yeon is only an afterthought. It's like, yeah, I'm pregnant, you know, and then like 2 days later we walk into the light together, you know. And it's like, yeah, that's how much Ji Yeon mattered to you, because like you never really met her.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, it's just kind of absurd that. But on the other hand, they're just about to spend this episode, the next one, the one after that, the one after that, and they're all going to be about this baby.
Well, you know? Let's also, you know, bring into the conversation the fact that they are trying to deal with the others / Dharma / the baby phenomenon on the island, the pregnancy, the fertility issue. They are trying to deal with that a bit.
You're right. That was how they tied it in. But you know, sorry, you had to bring it up. But you know, the fertility thing never really got a proper resolution either.
No.
So, like, I'm left thinking, what was the point of that? It got Juliet on the show. What was the point of Juliet? I mean,
I really think they should have just let Juliet fix it. I mean, I think they should have let Juliet fix the like, I don't know how she would have fixed it or what, or at least she found a root cause, or she found out it wasn't happening anymore. They should have had some definitive resolution to her reason to be on the island, and then be like, now I'm not going to let you leave. You know what I mean? I think that would have been so much better. But you know, and then with Sun and Jin, I think the idea is this pregnancy proves that you can get pregnant on an island. But was it still leaving out a case where, because like you can get off the island, and if you come to the island, you can have the baby fine. That was Claire.
Yeah.
You can get
no.
Oh wait.
All the cases aren't covered because you can get pregnant on the island if you leave and give birth off the island.
So so that's the thing. So you can get pregnant off the island, have the baby on the island. That's Claire. You can get pregnant on the island and have the baby on the island. That's Sun, right?
Off the island.
Oh, she was off the island too.
Yeah, she has that's the subject of her flash forward. You know, she has the baby in Korea or whatever after she
That's
goes
right.
home.
Of course she does. Of course she does. Okay, and so we haven't seen pregnant off the island giving birth on the island.
Exactly, and I believe that the final word is it you still couldn't do it
Yeah.
as of the end of the show.
Now, what was it was there Amy? What was what's his name's parents? Horace and is it Amy?
Oh yeah. Ethan's parents,
Ethan's
Horace
parents.
and Amy. Right.
So
Yeah,
we don't know when she got pregnant, but she had the baby on the island.
true. Yeah. Right. So if I remember right, there were some vague. Again, I feel like they just didn't plan this out at all.
What? Lost? Not planning things out?
That's not possible.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. So I remember them saying something like, yeah. So something. The reason why they can't get pregnant has to do with something that happens between the 70s. You know, when Ethan's born. So we know.
Oh, I
you know,
see.
and yeah.
So, and then we're supposed to think it's the purge. Like, or at least that's an idea. Like, it was something around the purge or after the
Maybe.
purge that made this
purge
happen.
or the incident or there's been like 3 or 4 answers that are sort of floated, and then not the encyclopedia, but the epilogue thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in that video they talked about the donkey wheel, the pearl, what's it called? God, it's been too long. What's the place called with the donkey wheel?
The orchid.
Orchid, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They talked about the orchid and how and I think the polar bears there or something having like you know, pregnancy issues or something.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like that was yet another answer. Was it's something to do with the donkey wheel and the orchid station. You know, so it's the incident and the swan. It's the purge. It's the orchid station. You know,
it would have been interesting if they would have. I mean, maybe they couldn't have gotten very specific with this, but it'd been interesting if they would have said, "Listen, the reason we have fertility issues is the electromagnetic radiation. So, like after the incident happened, you know, it releases some energy, and maybe that energy isn't plugged up until they turn the donkey wheel, or until the swan implodes, or you know, something else happens. But like the answer was." Electromagnetic radiation. Like I'd buy that would interfere with pregnancies or something, you know?
Sure.
It'd been nice to have something like that. Something definitive and not just oh, maybe it's the sickness that we never proved existed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then we have the second sickness. Like and yeah. And that's why they were giving Claire the medicine, you know?
Oh geez.
And so it's like there's a second sickness floating out there, and it's yeah. So there's all this shit floating of like what the explanation could be, and of course they never definitively say.
No.
So you know you're just left like with it as a one of so many dangling.
Oh, like there's only like 2 dangling threads. Come on. Maybe 300.
Oh,
just take that.
Ouch. That was lost. Yeah.
So, ready to watch the whole truth with that with that lead up?
All right. So yeah, let's watch it. I mean, most of that doesn't have anything to do, but I think you were right to bring it up because I think if any of this episode was interesting at the time, it was because of the others.
Yeah.
And the interest that they had in the babies, and at the time we didn't know why.
Yeah.
So it was still a developing thing, and so the fact that she was pregnant was potentially a source of danger for her.
Mm-hmm. And
you know,
because we just came out from maternity leave,
yeah,
we just got through with Claire's version.
exactly. Exactly. And indeed at the end of season 3, the others do storm the camp to take the pregnant women. So like
Hmm.
theoretically she could have been in danger because of that,
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, in fact it didn't really happen, but you know, I
That would have been. That just dawned on me. That would have been an interesting. I mean, it wouldn't have. It didn't work for the show, but that would have been interesting if they said that's why they took Cindy because she was pregnant.
right. Yeah.
But she apparently was just a good person. That's why they kept her.
Or not, who even knows?
Or not. Or did it matter?
She
I don't
just
know.
happened to be walking by. It's hard to tell.
She knew where the little bottles of alcohol from the plane were, so they kept her. It's like I got a stash, guys.
Yeah. No, you're right. It would be great if they had an explanation for why they took Cindy, but yeah, like so many things. It just doesn't exist. So anyway, yes, let's.
All right, well, let's cue up the whole truth. Get your players ready if you're gonna watch along with us. I can't wait.
Me either.
All right, so we'll do the countdown here.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He will lie forever. Until his lips fall off. Okay, then this thing, yeah.
Unrelated incident.
So this is when Sawyer wanted the guns.
Oh right.
Yeah, when him and Charlie conspired.
Yes.
I'm just staring in this mirror listlessly.
Don't you ever do that, Jen?
Oh, come on, I know it. Why are they playing coy?
I don't know. They're newlyweds or something.
Is that what newlyweds do?
I think so.
Like he's not gonna put a baby in her.
Or are they not? No. They must be married at this point.
I think I saw a ring on his finger.
Okay. They're trying to have a coy baby.
Coy baby. The doctor, when the baby's delivered, this baby's coy. What a coy baby. Why do you care so much about a baby you wouldn't even see? What a line.
Yeah.
Ow, what a line. Because he never sees her. Well, I think he sees a picture, right?
He sees a picture. Yeah. Widmore, of all people, shows him a picture.
Or... I forgot about Widmore. We're not even into Widmore yet. Oh, man.
No. Not
the big hit me on Lost that never was.
Yeah, the supervillain that didn't really know what he was doing. Spoiler alert, he's not going to.
No, he doesn't care.
He really doesn't. He's going to end up raising your baby, though.
I guess. We never see him with the baby. We only see the grandmother.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I assume he was there. Maybe
he's busy running the company.
Yeah. Maybe once he retired.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Is this when she loses the ring?
Oh no, didn't she already do that?
Did she lose it already?
Wasn't that dot 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 and found? Is it Vincent? Oh, it's Jin.
Oh, it's just Jin.
Damn it. I wish it was a smoke monster.
It'll be Vincent next time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Vincent always runs like that.
What do you mean? I'm planting this one flower. Leave me alone.
I mean, you could fix that.
Yeah. I feel like there's some subtext here about planting roots and, you know, making a home on the island. I don't know. There's something there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never really thought about that. I guess that's at least part of what that represents.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought, I never thought it was weird that she had a garden, but now it seems really weird to me.
Yeah, it's a little something. Somebody's training for the army.
Is that? Oh, I hope this is a training exercise. It's like I'm ready.
She's running without shoes on. Oh, Locke. Good for you, keep it in shape. They've only been here a week?
Yeah,
Dang, this show
it
moves
seems
slow.
like longer than that.
A third of their time. Yeah, Ben showed up pretty quick then. And no amount of dish breaking will fix it.
My hatch.
I had, yeah.
Oh, Locke. It's that attitude that's gonna get you impersonated by the smoke monster.
Yup, exactly.
Oh no. Just hush.
Just hush.
Stop talking.
Just pregnant. A little pregnant here.
I feel a baby in me.
Would the date matter more? I guess it
My
could.
birthday's always on Saturday.
It's always a Saturday.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to keep track of the day of the week than the date of the month.
Mm-hmm.
We'll flashback on you later.
She's doing something she shouldn't. She's looking around too much.
Uh-oh. Sneaking into a hotel room.
Wait a minute. Don't disturb. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's here for English lessons.
I think she's about to break a glass ballerina, if you know what I mean.
Maybe more than one.
Yikes.
I love these euphemisms. I have no idea what that means, but
I don't either, but it sounds very scandalous.
Ooh. Let me pick that up.
Mm.
So wait, so this is after they met at the Fix Up, right? When they
Yeah.
had to tell where Jen was working, and because yeah, that was a long time ago. Okay,
Yeah.
so she's known this guy for years at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, she's known him since before she met Jen, I think.
Yeah.
Uh Conditional.
I know. I would like one.
Yeah, it's fancy.
I don't know. Not if I told him on an island.
Yeah. You know, they really get a lot of mileage out of this guy.
Yeah, they do.
I'm kind of confused by that because I feel like his character doesn't really matter, and yet we see a lot of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's in next season too.
Oh, is he gonna dry off? Let him dry off, Locke. He just got out of the shower.
Yeah. That seems awkward. That like lock.
He kind of just looked at his junk too.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. It's like, can't you
Yeah.
some other time? Let me dry off.
I think this is a little bit of a what do you call it? What's the word? He's trying to be not intimidating, but
He's catching him in a vulnerable.
yeah, exactly. He's trying to show his muscle in a way, like I'm gonna come and inconvenience you. I love how they're not telling anybody out there that they have a shower and a washer and dryer and a sink and a kitchen.
They come out. They're smelling great. They're shaving. It's like, what's going
Everybody else is in the same clothes they've been wearing for a week.
They got downy soft clothes.
Exactly. They're smelling like a fresh spring.
Yeah. It's pretty strange. It didn't bother me at the time, but now it seems really weird.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
Right, yeah. Especially the audience.
Yeah, everyone in America. Oh shit, it's this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, this isn't the scene I think it is. That's later. She's talking about the innocent guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sawyer.
Oh, that Sawyer's reading that.
That look with those glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, sunshine! I get it. Sunshine. This is Sun being on the down low, being secretive.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty bad at that. She usually runs into trees.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many scenes like this in the early days.
Yeah. This is just weird though. It's
You
just
know,
like
like this is the thing I don't like about like going to the grocery store and not using the self checkout.
because you have to explain to people why you're buying what you're buying.
You know, obviously, like typically you don't have to, but like there might be someone like Sawyer's like, oh, getting the whatever I see.
If you don't have to explain it, they're still judging what you're buying.
Exactly, and that's what that reminds me of.
Yeah. It's just weird to me that she thinks there's a chance there's a pregnancy test on the island, and the sad part is she's right.
Yeah.
Would
Because
you say
that's
with?
to glue it on. Oh, I love him lying.
That was a great lie. Listen, air currents and balloons and air currents.
and maps just there. You can't do a map with air.
No. See, a map on land is flat. A map of the globe is 3D. It's just two different things.
Somehow 2 dimensions is harder than 3.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy who's responsible for all the bad stuff that's happening.
I know, that's what the audacity of Ben is amazing.
Yeah.
He's totally got a straight face saying that.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Jeez. Listen, you just can't hide things behind your back without being obvious.
Yeah, and don't like open your eyes as wide as they can go.
As wide as they can go, yeah.
Someone's looking at you.
This is great though because they're both guilty of something, so he's too busy feeling guilty to see her guilt.
Yeah, that's the point of the scene. That's why it works. If this were somebody else, it wouldn't work.
I'm gonna stand here with my hands behind my back until you leave.
I just stand like this.
This is how I stand now.
Yeah, that's totally setting up Hurley's later thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh shit!
That the internet went crazy.
Oh my god, yes. Widmore!
Widmore, what's that? Widmore Labs.
What could that be? It has to mean something.
And we're gonna see that on the balloon too, right?
Indeed.
So that's gonna kick it up a notch.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we see him in the finale, but we really still don't know what's going on with him until like really deep. I think it's season 4 before we have any idea what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And it's season 5 before they tell us he was another. So like, they really draw that out.
Yeah. Okay, so this is bad news.
Ah, yes.
Scar tissue.
Ah, endometriosis.
Mm-hmm.
Heard of this. Oh, right, but if I remember right, he's lying.
Okay. Yeah, he's lying for. I don't know why though. I guess there's some connection with the father here, but I forget if we find out why he's lying.
Yeah, but I think, yeah.
Or do we only know he's lying because she ends up getting pregnant, right? I mean, that's the big reason.
Yeah, but I remember the second part. I remember that there's a second part to this plot where we find out.
Don't we see the doctor again?
I think
telling
we see him again.
he's talking to his son and tells her the truth or something.
Yeah. I think that happens.
He's like, oh my god, my paper's on the floor. There goes the rest of my appointments today.
Cancel everything.
Sorry, you're pregnant. Wait, I'm a man. Oh, I'm sorry. My papers are all out of order here.
This guy came in, he put him on the floor. I just can't cope.
Yeah.
Oh, making those faces.
Faces, man. Nobody knows. He needs more time to think. He's been there 3 days. And I love how the others haven't come to find him.
Yeah.
Do they even know? Like, he didn't leave them a game plan, right? Like, I'm going to be gone for X amount of time, or if I'm gone for a week, come find me. Like,
so the closest thing we get to an answer is in the Nikki and Paolo episode when he tells Juliet, I'm going to get Jack to do the surgery, and we're going to use Michael. And it suggests that he knew somehow that he would get kidnapped, and then they'd send Michael back. Michael would let him go, and then they'd kidnap Jack. Like, it's insane, but...
yes, this is the world's simplest plan.
Charlie, you're here this week?
I know, right? This is weird to me, though, that, like, Saeed has just been through all this with Ben.
Yeah.
But he seems like he's just done with it. It's like he's building stuff now, and he didn't figure out if the guy was telling the truth or not.
Well, at the end of the episode, he said, "I know he's lying." But
but nothing happened with like. No, did he not tell Ben, Jack, and Locke?
Yeah, seemingly not.
And then Saeed used to say, "No, he's not."
Yeah.
I've already discovered the truth.
But yeah, you're right. Like, he just moved on.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I did that today. Now I'm gonna go back to build stuff,
and I'm just gonna hang out here and not really worry about it, which just makes no sense.
Yeah, he should be like, we've got an imposter in our ranks, and we need to do something about it.
This is where that theory of like they've been like programmed not to care about stuff.
Yeah, there's some energy force on the island that makes them not care about important things.
Yeah, because it's like until someone directly confronts them, they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just like, oh yeah, sure, I'll go. And he's about to do like the craziest thing, which is dig up the body.
Yeah.
But like before this, he didn't seem to care.
No. And he didn't make, he's not the one who made him draw the map, even though he could have if he wanted to.
That's true.
What'd he say?
He said something's not his strong suit.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're looking at my bum. I forgot about that. That's one of Charlie's best lines.
Looking at my bum. Hilarious.
You murdered him.
Murdered. Side's like, yeah, that's the right way to say murdered.
Yep. Oh,
fake out.
Ooh, psych. Guess it's 5 years old, Charlie.
Yeah, that was like elementary school.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
He's like, I learned that one at recess.
Hawaii with the fog, man.
Oh my god.
Pretty nice. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. This is classic right here.
Oh, we kept talking about this scene.
This scene lived on way more than it needed to. Yes! Oh, who does indeed? pregnancy test.
Oh, she's really trying. She's really trying.
She's really trying. Who flies with the pregnancy test? You're right. Nobody.
It's like, okay, writers, we put it in just in case you were thinking it's weird.
Yeah.
But for all we know, Jacob put it on there or something.
Mm.
I mean, why not?
That means you're pregnant and you're never going to raise the baby.
You can tell that all from this?
Yeah. See, one pink line means you're pregnant. Two pink lines means you're pregnant and you're not going to raise the baby.
Wow.
Yeah, so, Claire had a similar one. But hers was like, you're pregnant, but you're going to raise the baby, but you're going to be told you're not going to.
Mm-hmm. You'll raise him for a little bit, and then not for a while, but then again later.
That's one of those lines that is so weird. She's like, it's impossible. He's like, yeah, it's totally possible. Because he's thinking, like, biology.
Right.
This is how humans have survived.
Yeah.
Getting pregnant.
Yeah.
It's like he should know she can't mean that. She can't mean it's impossible, like, for a woman to get pregnant.
I'm sorry, son, to be the one to tell you this.
Yeah, let me break this for you. This is how we reproduce as a species. And you look clean. Wait, Kate knows about the shower, though. She gets in there.
Oh, yeah, she's totally... Yeah. She's in the shower club.
Yeah, she is. It's a special club. Flashback?
Son, are you flashbacking?
Flashbacking right now. That'd be awesome if while they're flashbacking on the island, they're just frozen, like
just
staring
there.
Yep, for like 5 minutes.
That would be so weird.
I mean, that's a great way to juxtapose like her finding out she's pregnant with her finding out she's not pregnant.
Yeah.
Or can't have children, rather. It's even worse. Uh-oh. Drama.
That's step 2.
Hmm.
I want to be on ABC television.
To be on a TV show called Lost. No, Jen will be there too. He's playing my husband. This just got really meta.
He won't learn English at first, but eventually he'll have to. Because he'll join the Dharma Initiative in the 70s. It may sound weird, but...
How would that happen, you ask? Let's find out.
That's what America wants to know.
Right? Closer, closer.
Yeah, I know. They're like floating towards each other.
It's like a video game with clipping. It's like pretty soon their heads are just passing through each other. They're too so close. They're like negative distance. No,
I mean, we're
he's over there.
Yeah, it would be weird if he's like, yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
After I shot that guy for killing my baby.
And what would that be?
In her defense, it was raining
It's true.
there. The writers. And once we find where the writers are, we'll finally get off this island. That'd be great. Characters are self-aware.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I could almost see Lost doing that.
All right, so we're
You
back
have to find this Damon and Carlton. Really? You think that's what that means?
It's always gonna rain on this island.
What about papayas?
What about papayas? Papayas?
Why is Charlie even there?
I don't know, actually.
Like he was just standing there when
He gets to
Hannah
come
was
because,
there?
yeah, he was there. Maybe it's not a mission unless there's 3 people.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna back my play.
Mm-hmm. That's why he's here, to help them search.
Ah. Okay. Maybe Charlie will end up finding it. I don't even remember.
I think Anna finds it.
Oh, you're probably right.
The rain comes into play here.
Ah, right. Because it stops raining.
Yeah.
Classic.
Oh, Bernard, you can't do anything right. See what I'm doing with my hand? This. I love that Bernard thought he was gonna just get an oyster and give her a pearl.
Yeah.
That easy.
Yeah, it's a crazy plan.
It's like, what? Sawyer loves this.
Yeah, he does.
Rubbing it in his
He's got his
face.
shirt off.
Yeah, I think he took it off just so he could enjoy this more.
I agree.
He could rub it all over him.
It's like a lotion. Yeah, no, he lives for moments like
See,
that.
this is what's interesting. So Jin hears this, but doesn't necessarily understand that Sun's pregnant. Yet he comes to do this.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused. What's the impetus for him to fix his mistake, as he says?
I don't know. Listening to those guys talk. No, he explains it. He talks about how he has no one to talk to.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't want to make her like ostracize her with his behavior since he has nobody else.
Exactly.
All right.
I think that was the realization.
How come he never asked Sun to teach him English? Like, there's never like a case where we're supposed to believe like every night she's teaching him English or something.
Yeah, that's true. I think they have like a scene or two later where he learns like a few words. But
Yeah,
you're it's
it's
never a
never
thing.
like this should be the scene where he's like and she's like, I'll teach you.
Yeah.
And then we can understand like, okay, over time she's been teaching him.
Yeah, no. I think he never really tries to learn until he joins Dharma.
Yeah.
Because Dharma, like all international organizations, speaks English.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the dog.
Oh, Bopo.
Bopo. What happened to Bopo?
Bopo, I think they forgot about Bopo.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure in season 6 someone asked about Bopo, and they said, yeah, don't worry about Bopo. He's fine. But you'll probably never see him again.
So Bopo's Smokey.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if Vincent didn't even make it to the church, there's no way Bopo was going to.
Yeah, there's people across the street watching them film.
Ah, yeah.
So this is the scene you were talking about earlier, the second part of this, when he comes back to talk.
Yes, exactly. Right. It
Can't have children.
It's Jen.
Jen's penis is broken.
The Jen's penis broken subplot. Everybody remembers this.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do about Jen's broken penis?
The JPB subplot. There's only one place you can fix a broken penis, and it's the island.
Oh yes. The island fixes many things, but most especially broken peni. Wow. It's like I was there.
Yeah, they were sharing that flashback.
Yeah, that was weird. It really seemed like they were brain sharing.
Mm-hmm. He's like, what about those other kids I have?
Yeah, wait a minute. Nothing makes sense anymore.
Okay, she's never been with another man. That's what she says for the record.
That's the truth.
Apparently, in parentheses, the whole truth.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so strange. These bastards, I swear. It's like who in America is like, but is she lying?
That's the problem, though, is they teach us to think like that eventually because of things like this. They teach us not to believe things characters say that seem to be true, even with flashbacks validating them or whatever. They teach us to always be skeptical. And then at the end of the show, they go, why are you so skeptical?
Exactly. Exactly. What's your problem? Why just believe people?
You wanted more than that?
Get over it. But it's like they took the time to go back and like give us more information about this quote unquote mystery, and it's like, if only they had such care with other things.
Right. Yeah, I wish they would have said Jen's penis got fixed by the island. That'd be great. Who needs my accent?
I'm pretty sure they do say that.
Do they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Juliet says like he has some outrageously high sperm count.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm sure that happens. So I think they pretty much heavily suggest that the island fixed
it and gave him some extra.
Yeah, more than fixed it. It turbocharged. I dare you to not have a baby with this penis.
Right? I mean, if they didn't die from the submarine, like Jen would have impregnated her to death.
Don't get anywhere near me. I'd be pregnant.
Yeah, anyone within a 5-foot radius of him will get pregnant. Gender doesn't matter.
Not at all. It's gonna be awkward.
Awkward.
So many Jen babies, and none of them matter.
None of them matter at all. It means more in English.
Always, everything means more in English.
That's the English motto.
His pronunciation is pretty good for someone who supposedly doesn't speak English.
Hey, he said lub.
He was
off. He was 95% accurate. And see now she's happy about the baby.
Yeah, which is kind of strange, but whatever.
Maybe she didn't want it when she was maybe in love with Jay or something.
Right. Well, yeah, that was the thing. Like, she wasn't happy with Jin. She didn't want to have a baby with Jin.
Yeah.
But now she is happy with Jin.
What?
That's the spirit means I don't know what we're talking about.
Or that means like, well, all of them dead. That's the way to think.
Yeah, I guess so. But like, I really have no idea.
Ben had picked out that line. He was just waiting for someone to ask him about that book.
Yeah.
For the last hour.
Yeah, he found that quote like days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to see there.
Wow. Judging by the decay of the box, I'd say.
Look at the expiration date.
I love that look he gives to Jack.
Yeah.
You're not even that curious.
Yeah. Do you have some crazy anti-curiosity disease?
Maybe it's in the food. You did what now?
A map? To what? Who said what?
Who said what? Who said map?
You're crazy. There's no map. That face.
Yeah, he loves to stare. It's like, oh, did I do that?
I know. Oops.
The pot.
Oh my god.
The two of you fighting all the time. We don't fight all the time. And then they start fighting, it's just like classic. Uh-oh. Locke's like, I don't buy it. Yeah, this is how they should know he's another. This is Definitely. It. If you don't know by now, well, it's a good thing I'm not.
Right?
Let's all laugh it off, guys.
And
ooh, nice.
And let the Emmys roll in.
Right. All right. Emmys all around, everyone. Michael Emerson.
Yeah, because that's a classic moment.
Got any milk? One of the most interesting little endings ever. Got any milk?
It's great. It's so great. The look on his face, that whole thing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so entertaining to watch. He really breathed life into the show, I think.
Yeah.
And at this time, like it really needed it. It really needed something because they were sort of stalled out on a lot of points during this time of the season, and I think it was really good that he was there. I don't really know exactly what he was trying to accomplish by making that speech. Because just makes him seem suspicious.
Yeah.
You know, and at the beginning of the next episode, they're just going to be like, okay, lock him up.
I think he's trying to. I think he's trying to. He knows Ana Lucia has already left to go on this errand to find the balloon, and so maybe he's just trying to make Locke and Jack leave too, so he can like escape. Or that's kind of what happens in Lockdown. It's just Locke and Ben in the place.
Right.
And especially him looking at that computer too. I think that has something to do with it when he's like, "Oh, what's that over there?"
Yeah.
But it's an interesting gambit he's playing, like trying to pretend, like going back and forth. Isn't he?
Yeah. Even allowing, because so far his main tactic, except for the parts where he was like, are you the genius or in the shadow of the genius, playing them off against each other. I mean, besides that, he's mostly been just like, I'm innocent and, I have nothing to hide and you guys are crazy and who are these others? And, and now he's like really allowing for ambiguity. He's really committing to like, okay, I'm going to seem really creepy right now.
Yeah.
Like
a real Henry Gale would be too afraid to even do anything. He wouldn't think to be that devious, but or to even come up with a line like, "Oh, I would lure them to a trap and my people would be there." Like Henry Gale wouldn't do that, and he'd be too scared to do that.
Yeah, exactly. But like Ben is totally cool under pressure.
Yeah.
And so he's just like trying to figure out a way. And I guess you're right. That makes sense. Like, okay. I mean, essentially, someone does come and, distract them so that he can escape, I mean, eventually that is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, he can't quite accomplish it all by himself. But yeah, I think that's a fairly reasonable answer. So, all in all, this wasn't a bad episode.
Yeah, this was definitely not as bad as I remember it being. I think the Hatch stuff really helped. The Ana Lucia stuff really helped. Getting a little bit of that time with her and Sayid.
Yeah. And as usual, I enjoyed Sawyer's scenes.
Mm-hmm.
In general, like Sawyer is the like undiscovered. What do I mean? He's the
untapped resource.
Yeah, something what? Like that. He's the sort of hidden treasure or something. Because like when I was watching this show, I just found his character annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like now I understand when he's like being an asshole and having fun at other people's expense. Now I can enjoy that.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was just Sawyer being annoying.
Yeah, and I was just like, just give them the thing they want. Like, why do I have to go through all this? Like, but he's entertaining. He's like fun to watch. And sometimes, in some of these episodes you watch, like he'll have like the best line of the episode.
Yeah.
So like those scenes are good. And yeah, the Ana Lucia Sayid thing was good that they even bothered to follow up on that.
Right.
And where they're going. I mean, they didn't get there this episode, but it's an interesting plot. Okay, we're gonna go find the balloon.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have this stuff in the Hatch, and so it's like the Sun plot. It's not great, really. It's kind of dull, but it doesn't. There's so much other stuff going on that it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. The whole episode doesn't really rest on that.
Yeah, exactly.
And Locke's, Ben's little story about them going to the potentially being a trap where the balloon is works great for this cliffhanger because they didn't find it yet, so we don't know if it's a trap or not.
It sets up suspense, both about Ben himself and about what's going to happen, with the other crew that's on the mission. So, yeah. I think I sort of underrated it. I think I only remembered the parts that I didn't like.
Yeah, definitely better than Fire Plus Water.
Oh yeah, no question. Fire Plus Water was pretty much a complete waste of time. I found almost nothing of redeeming value in that episode.
No.
But yeah, this one had like several moments that I thought were good. So I have to reconsider this one. I have to take this off my list of like worst last episode.
Yeah, it's not the worst. It's not the worst.
It's got. I mean, that scene with Ben is like one of the greatest scenes that he ever did. You know, so it's like if it's got that, it can't. It really just can't be that bad.
Yeah, and you know, I was thinking like, why did they take him out of the little jail room he's in just to give him breakfast? And I'm like, oh, so he can see the computer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's the big thing that he gets out of that.
Yeah, that's true. They could have just given him some cereal in the cell.
Yeah, like why did Locke feel the need to sit down with this guy and have breakfast?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's so weird. Like, I don't know. But it's so he could tell the story and then end with, do you have any milk?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. Being really sinister and then being really, like, innocent, right, back to back.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And using those facial expressions and looking at, and, you know, looking over at Jack and looking down and, like, he's just, it's so, when you know what's going on, it's so orchestrated, you know, like, he's planning the whole thing. He's got this routine worked out.
As soon as Locke threw the dishes, I think he knew this was going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he knew they weren't unified, you know, they didn't know any, like he says in this, you guys don't know anything, you're not even asking any questions, you know, and yeah, to him, who's the leader of the others, he's been on the island forever, like, this is nothing. These people are just, he's going to be done with these people and moving on by the end of the week, you know? That's at least what he's thinking.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on the whole truth?
No, I think that's it.
All righty. Well, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. We'll be back next time with Lockdown, which is the Lost Lowdown episode. I gotta say, that's the episode that really started it all. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
how you look at it.
Relative to its importance, it seems kind of out of scale, but yeah, but at the time it was a huge deal.
Those three little words, man.
Yeah.
Blastdoor map.
Yeah, that was
Blastdoor one word, hyphenated? I don't know.
I think it's 3 words.
3 words, good.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think Blastdoor is a word yet.
Blastdoor is not a one-word thing? Okay.
I don't think so. Not yet.
Not yet? They're going to make it one eventually?
I mean, they might if enough people talk about blast doors.
All right, well, let's try to make it happen, all right?
All right.
We'll just talk about blast doors all the time.
Try to use it in a sentence at least once a day for the next month.
All right, let's do it, guys. Everyone on board?
Good. Right? Good.
So I was walking to the blast door and saw a map. No. Yeah, that lockdown is... I can't wait to revisit this. There's so much going on in it. And, you know, the map itself is one thing, but there's a lot of interesting stuff going on there.
There's a ton of stuff that happens in that episode besides just the map.
Yeah.
It's a whole... What do they call it? It's a buffet.
You mean a smorgasbord?
Smorgasbord, thank you. It's a smorgasbord of random crazy mysteries.
Yeah, totally.
And with another killer ending.
Yeah.
And I think even trumps this one.
Definitely.
Which is quite good.
All right. Until then, thanks and namaste.
Namaste and good luck. Call recording has been completed. For real.